Hello, I'm your host, Charmaine, and welcome to Beautiful Gems. Hey there, how are you? It's been a little while. I've missed you. Oh, you missed me too. Of course, I'm happy to hear that. I see you came fully prepared today with all your protective gear. So, were you able to take that protective gear and study and practice what you learned during the first season? Let's see if I got this right. You used the walkie-talkie to tune into your intuition, made sure your goggles of self-worth were clear, used your respirator of self-forgiveness, then checked in on your emotions with the canary, and even popped in your earplugs of self-acceptance. Way to go. How about that heavy machinery of prayer, meditation, stillness, and nature? Were you able to get out and get to the mining process with that? Oh, it made it easier. Good for you. Now, were you able to do the very, very important thing that God asked you to do over the break? Yes, that's right. You rested like he did on the seventh day. Oh, I see. You took some time to think about some New Year's resolutions or goals you'd like to have over the next year. Nice. So what did you come up with? SMART goals. Okay, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, with a time frame. Oh, and you created several focus goals based off of that technique. Very good. Then what did you do? All right, you broke it down into action steps. Have you done this technique before? Oh, you have? All right. So how was it when you accomplished those goals? Oh, you celebrated every single time. Good for you. You know, many times people don't do that when they accomplish goals. So, do you also check in with yourself to see how you feel after you've completed each goal? Oh, you do? Okay. So what have you found? I see. So sometimes you feel fulfilled and other times you feel empty. I wonder why that is. Do you know? No. Oh, you never took the time to think about that. Interesting. Okay. Well, how about we talk about that a little bit right now? What do you think? Okay, great. So, when you have a feeling of emptiness, it's just that, a feeling, right? That feeling that we've spoken about before in the last season is a signal that something is either going right, quote unquote, or going wrong, quote unquote. What do you think emptiness is a signal of? Right. There's somewhere where you're not quite hitting the mark with the goal that you set. Yes? So let's start at the beginning. What do you usually do as you're setting a goal? Sometimes you go on YouTube and different media platforms to get some advice. Like who? E.T. Oh, E.T. is wonderful. What did you pick up from him?
Voila!
Ah, you set a goal to wake up at 4 a.m. to exercise every day for the next 30 days. Wow. Okay, you were able to accomplish that. That was a pretty intense goal. The fact that you accomplished that tells me that you're a very persistent and consistent person. Good for you. So how did you feel after you accomplished this goal? You felt good, but not great? So it felt like you missed the mark somewhere? Okay. So then what did you decide to do? Anything else? You decided to go for another round. But you did it your way? How do you mean? You're not really a morning person. Oh, you like to be up in the evening. Okay, so you switched your time. And you followed the same exact goals and steps that you did the last time. All right. And so how did that work out?
Whoa!
Oh, okay. You accomplished it again. Well, how did it feel this time? Ah, okay. This time you felt more fulfilled. Why do you think that is? Because you tailored the goal to yourself. You were a little too focused on ET, huh? I think everybody gets caught up in his energy. What do you feel you learned during those two experiences? That it's important not to compare yourself to others. Why do you think that is? Because you're here to learn different lessons? Ah, very important point. I'm a firm believer that we're all here to learn different life lessons. They can be similar sometimes, but almost never exactly the same. That's why it's important to tailor your goals to your experiences or life lessons that you need to learn while you're here. So how did you grow internally over the full 60 days? Do you feel that the first 30 days was a waste?
Oh, no.
Okay, no, it wasn't, because you learned something about yourself. So for the full 60 days, you learned how to work with yourself better, to be your own ally. I like that. So was the goal you accomplished only about the physical, or was it also about your internal growth as well? Okay, yes, that's right. That is the major difference between the first 30 days and the second 30 days. The first 30 days, you tried to do it just like ET, but that didn't work for you. So for the second round, you decided to do a little something for you and change that goal up so that it's a good fit. When you look at the first 30 days and the second 30 days and compare them, what do you find? That's right. You were able to accomplish the goals in both the first and second 30 days in the external world. But internally, where those gems are, what happened? You missed the mark on the first go round, but on the second go round, you got it right. Circling back to that feeling of emptiness, many times we set goals and we accomplish goals, but we don't always examine internally how these goals fit in with who we are and what we're here to learn. When we set goals, many times they're for physical results that are external to us. What we also need to keep in mind is that there's a growth process that's either happening or being stunted on the inside of us. And typically, if that growth process is being stunted, that means that you're not learning the lesson. And if you're not learning the lesson, the resulting feeling is emptiness. Now let's go back to ET. Sometimes there's a danger in comparing ourselves to others, thinking that we can do things exactly as they do. When this happens, we can actually become our own worst enemy. We can get stuck in the loop of accomplishing goals and not feeling fulfilled. Do you ever see people that accomplish all these goals but never seem to be happy? It could be that they're not on their life path and not living their life purpose and learning the lessons that they came here to learn. They could be following an awesome leader like E.T., but the only problem is they're living out E.T.'s life lessons, not their own. E.T., I love his energy. That man tells you all the time he came here to grind, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. He knows who he is and he knows his purpose and how to live it out. What if E.T. came here to learn how to be persistent? Well, let me ask you, in your 30-day goals that you had successively, what happened? Did you have an issue with persistence? No. In fact, I actually complimented you on your persistence. I see. You're a naturally persistent person. So that's not a hard area for you. Interesting. So when you switch the focus to change to get what you needed from that goal, then you were able to feel fulfilled. And just like that, my fellow miner, you struck a gem. Now, what about this mantra that I keep hearing? New year, new you. What do you think about that? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of that phrase. Why? Because I don't feel that there's anything new about you.
Whoa.
I believe everybody is who they are to their core as they are today. However, we discover new parts of ourselves and we evolve over time if we choose. I think that there are many people that go into a mode of creating a new you, creating a false persona, a false version of themselves that they think that they would like to be, instead of truly looking within and doing that work, yes, I'm going to say it, to mine your gems. It's unfortunate, but if you follow current trends today, the world will have you believe that you are missing something that you need to get outside of yourself, when that is as far from the case as could be. As I said in the first episode, you come with everything that the great excavator, God, has already put on the inside of you. Everyone has intrinsic value. However, it's your job to do the self-discovery to see the beauty of your gems. Let yourself evolve and unfold into your highest potential through self-discovery. Make goal setting a journey of self-exploration to mine, refine, and shine your gems. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I pray that you build your relationship with God, love yourself unconditionally, and put in the work to mine, refine, and shine those gems.